So we don't want that to happen just by sending him over to you guys. So we're just gonna not send him
They
over.
really use that logic. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that might be right? What's up, guys? If you're not, but I think he spent a couple days with Gary McKinnon in Britain. He said that was pretty nuts. We saw one of the rough cuts of like one of the little scenes of that. But you were saying he lives in Britain and Britain refused to extradite him to the U.S. Why?
Yeah.
Why was that? Because usually they just do that mostly, right?
Yeah, I guess so. The U.S. government couldn't just go in and take him, right? Yeah. He had to be either extradited or willingly come over here. And so they tried to offer him a deal that was like, hey, if you pay for your travel over here and just get into the United States, we'll give you the least strict sentence. We'll give you the best possible outcome for you, right? And he was just like, fuck no, I'm never going to the US, right? and yeah, because long story short, I mean, they realized that someone was hacking their systems because he was like basically mirroring their computer screen. And so one of the times he was like viewing these, I think it was right when he was viewing that picture of the UFO, that he saw the mouse go down the corner and like log out.
Oh shit.
So someone like saw him in the act. And so that's how they found him. And so like instantly they were trying to get him to the US. I think he like was woken up in the middle of the night with like just surrounded by officers, in the UK, but they couldn't bring him over here. Right. So,
did they say it was like because he has Asperger's or something?
That's what the UK government eventually saved him. They were just like, yeah, we think that because he has Asperger's, he would be a candidate for like offing himself, So we don't want that to happen just by sending him over to you guys. So we're just gonna not send him over.
They really use that logic. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that might be right? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. As you can well tell.
Or they just really wanted to save one of their own.
I guess. It's like, damn, you hacked the NSA. What's up, baby? Let's go. We've been trying to do that for a minute. That's probably how that conversation
Bro, I didn't even
went.
think. Just type in password as the password.
Oh, fuck. Damn, Gary.
Trying to go through these backdoor entries.
What? Imagine that. Like, you're just sitting at home. Obviously, like, he was talented at this stuff. But 1 minute, sitting there on your computer, and next minute you're inside the NSA systems.
Who knows what he found? I have a feeling that what we've heard that he saw is the tip of the iceberg, because the one detail most people forget is that he was doing this for possibly months. Right. Every night after he got off work, he'd get high and just go through NASA's files.
Right. That sounds like a good night.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really good night. A night that might end in prison, but a good night nonetheless. Yeah. But we've gone on some great tangents today, which I knew was going to happen because like there's so many things all over the place, and again, like your channel covers all different kinds of things. But looping back around to something I had promised earlier when we got off it.
Yeah.
Operation Paperclip and post World War II Germany. I think this is a really. Forget Operation Paperclip itself for a second. Just post-World War II Germany, I think, is those 5 to 10 years afterwards especially, are some of the most undercovered, insane history ever. And, there's some great books on this. Annie Jacobson, who just went on with Danny Jones. So everyone go check that out. She's great. She wrote a book called Operation Paperclip that's mind-blowing. I think it's like 800 pages or something. It's a long book, but really good. And there's another one that I'm reading right now called Devil's Chessboard by David Talbot. You ever hear that one? So this is all about like the Dulles brothers in a way. And it then centers around, at one point, the creation of CIA, which is a direct part of the timeline here with post-World War II, as it was the OSS during the war. But, it's one of the ultimate moral questions for me in hindsight, because you look at it, okay, the Germans, as evil as they were, unfortunately, they did have some amazing rocket scientific talents. I'll say their biological scientific talents were lacking, but if you know what I mean. But with propulsion systems and stuff like that, there was impressive stuff. There was some impressive stuff they were doing with advanced weaponry, like bioweaponry and things like that. Annie writes about that. But we can say a guy like Werner von Braun gets us on the moon, which I think is true, and some other guys who help with that who are from Germany. But the moral implication of basically taking these awful war criminals who were genociding people and then pulling them into our country and using them, that gets tough for me. That's real tough to think about. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.